Okay, so sorry about that. Didn't have my microphone set up properly today. So welcome to the show, everybody. Let me see here. I think we've got. Is this working? And it is. Okay. All right. So the past few weeks, we made some different character designs, and last week we made this flute player. Now I've considered if I should make expressions for him because there's an expression I want for him. But I'm not going to do that tonight, maybe on another show. So I've got some characters sketched out on paper. And I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 more characters to go before we can start sculpting on our characters. And so we've got some extra characters. And this was one of the extra characters which we made, I guess, a few weeks back, and added some expressions too. So the new character, let me see here. I've got a new document that I've created, and I've updated Krita. Krita is the program that we've been using for our designs, and it's a free program. I'm gonna make this 100%. And okay, so hey, Randy. And Thomas and Matthew, and I know also Janet's here. So our character is going to be an emoji. They're all emoji characters, and this character is going to have a long face. So let's see here. So we kind of got characters with round faces and this character is going to be slightly different. There's not a lot of emoji characters that I've ever seen with long faces, but this one will. And also his hair is going to be kind of weird. It's going to be sort of like this. Now, I don't know if you guys watch any other podcasts besides mine, but Jeff Lafferty was one of the people that I watched a podcast the other day, and he does a lot of drawing and sketching and painting and a lot of realistic sort of. Let me see something here. What scale is that? That's 100%. It's 100%. That's okay. This is all right. So Jeff Lafferty. Let me see. Where did my pointer go? Where are you, pointer? There we go. So he kind of showed how he designs and sketches his drawings. And one of the things he does, he said, is he's really sketchy. He doesn't really like to stick to trying to just like go at it and do something perfect right at the first try. He just kind of roughs everything in, which is, I guess, kind of common sense. And one of the things he does is he uses like a blue pencil to do his sketching, and then he'll draw on top of that, with black. And that's kind of like a. I don't know, why did my pen change like that? I think Krita still has bugs, I hate to say. Because I flipped over my Wacom. Oh man, where is it? There we go. That's the one I was using. I flipped it over to the eraser. Let me see if it still happens. Yeah, if you flip it back, it doesn't switch back to your pen. That's weird. Yep, they definitely need to work on Krita still. But anyways, with designs, it's pretty cool to see people do that. When I was working at Gentleman Films, they did that as well. Like with animating characters, they would, kind of rough everything in with a blue pencil, and then somebody would go in with a sharper pencil and kind of clean it up. And after it was cleaned up, they would scan it into a computer for painting and whatnot, do their animation. So let's see. This character, I think I'll give him a smile at first. He's got different expressions just like the others, but I think his smile is a good one. And I could give him some weird eyes up here, maybe. Nah, that's too far. There we go. Hey Beard, welcome back. Yeah, but Jeff has got some really great tips, and you know, he doesn't. I think the one that I watched where he was doing that, giving that advice, he was mentioning that he doesn't normally like do his podcast where he's just starting out and showing the beginning of the process, and that's where, you know, everything kind of comes together. And let's see here. I'm trying to think if this guy's gonna have like feet, or this guy has feet. King won't have feet. He has feet, so we're gonna have to give him some sort of feet down here. But yeah, a lot of people, you know, like artists, are afraid to show you, you know, what their artwork looks like before it looks good, you know. So you won't see people sometimes post their initial sketches or sculptures and things like that, and because they want to sort of look like they're, you know, they're really good. But every artist, when they start out doing something, let's see, I might give him some cheeks. He'll probably have some cheeks here, but they'll need to be higher. But there's always kind of like a, you know, a thing where you start out and you don't really know what the heck you're doing at first, you know, and you got to kind of try and see what you want to do before you actually do it sometimes. And it's that kind of process where it's like everything looks weird. Kind of like this character looks weird right now. Because I don't really know what I'm doing with him. And they don't have noses, so how is this area here going to look without a nose? Alright, so he's got this crazy hair. Does his hair go back? Maybe his hair goes back like this. I think the top part needs to be kind of... Let's erase all this. Select our pen, because Crit is broken. Yeah, I don't know really what I'm going to do with this hair. I can kind of give him like a... I can do like a Gumby tribute thing here. I can give him like a Gumby style haircut. And black eyes. And maybe a little bit of a chin. All right. Let me zoom in. Sometimes it's easier to sketch when, oops, when you can see more. Alright, so what about his clothes? He's gonna have to have feet, like I said. Maybe off this way or this way. Maybe like this. Can have like his foot stick out underneath his garment here, whatever his garment is. Looks like he's wearing kind of a... Again, maybe he's got something like this. You're asking if my camera is focused, and well, you're looking at my screen. It could be because the internet is really horrible. AT&T is, you know, I guess trying to get money out of people, so they're lowering the quality of their internet, and then they want you to call up and pay more. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Sad to say. So when I get to the stage of sculpting, I'm gonna pay more. You know, I'm gonna call up AT&T and pretend like, you know, I don't understand what they're doing. And say I want better internet, and I'll make an offer, and I'll say thank you. Here's my money. But yeah, this is just this for these sketches. I don't really think I need a huge amount of bandwidth, and as long as people can hear my voice, you know, that's all right. But when I get to the sculpting phase and I use a web camera, I do plan to make the everything a little bit nicer. But for now, that's just the way it is. Unfortunately, it's extremely frustrating for me too. Alright, so this guy here I think will be something like this. Just a simple body shape, and he's got some kind of like a robe on or something here. Something like that. I think that is almost kind of like Darth Vader's helmet or something. Cross between a Gumby hairstyle and a Darth Vader helmet for a garment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the reasoning. If I look at, let me see what YouTube is saying right now. Yeah, it says that my stream is okay, but if you scroll down, it kind of goes from okay to very bad, and then to very good. So I honestly don't really understand it, why it's good, and then yeah, it's, but I'm pretty sure it's AT&T. Okay. And also I'm kind of zoomed in on this, so it's not going to be super sharp too. So, am I happy with this? Let's see. Oops. I'm thinking that, yeah, it's not too bad. I think his face is a little bit too long. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, does the resolution actually do anything? It might help. Okay, let's see. And Erase this. I don't know about this face here. Not happy with it. Can really make him look bizarre here. Oh, okay. Well, if it makes a difference, cool. Have to figure out what I want to do with this guy. In terms of his eyes. That was just weird. That's kind of longish. Ooh. Nope. That's probably okay. Maybe a little bit wider here. I think that's what I need to do. Maybe just hair there. That looks even better. Maybe this guy likes some hair. Maybe he's got like some Elvis sideburns going on there. Oops. There we go. Yeah, maybe you need to wear your glasses. Yeah, maybe they lowered your internet quality as well. You know, I don't know who you use, but that's what they do sometimes. I mean, the telecommunications companies out there really have a monopoly, you know, on everything. It's like you don't have any choices, for the most part. Where we live, we have Mediacom and AT&T, but they're kind of similar, you know. In fact, well, actually, you know what? AT&T took over Mediacom, so they're the same company, but they've got two names, and so Mediacom offers like the same stuff. I guess because of their they've acquired their their company name for some reason. I don't understand why they don't just like change it all to AT&T and be honest about it. You don't really have a choice. Alright, so let's see. Maybe this guy has like bushy eyebrows too. Bushy eyebrows. Oops. Yep, Krita is bugging out on me here. too bad. And then maybe this has got line, or maybe not there. Let me see. I don't know, maybe this guy looks too much like he's wearing a clown suit or something. But I guess that's alright. It is a strange existence for these characters. They have very strange clothes that don't make any sense. Alright. Yeah. That's not right. There we go. Wrong glasses? And Matthew says, why did the characters' headlines remind me of Yoda? It's still looking pretty nice though. Yoda? He is kind of short, so I can kind of see that part. Let's see now. Well, alright. I guess this isn't so bad. But I wonder if I should, like, give him like, some kind of a different lower body here, just because I don't want him to look like he's wearing a clown suit. That's still bugging me. So maybe there's just a transition here. I might just leave it looking as dumb as it does because there's something kind of funny about it. I don't know. Alright, so I'm gonna get in here. I'm gonna fix his lower body up a bit. Define this all a little bit better than it is. Let's see. I wish Krita would not change. What's really unusual with Krita is that you change to your eraser and then you go back to your other paintbrush and it like resets everything, all of your settings that you just had, that you just made. I really need to like just watch. It's really weird, and like the brush thickness changes. Alright, I don't get it. But I really need to like watch a bunch of YouTube video tutorials and learn, you know, like what I'm doing wrong, because maybe there's some setting where you click on something and then it saves what you had last time, you know, for your brushes. I'm not really sure. that? Yeah, it just went back to an older setting there. That's why. Yeah, it goes back to 6 points. I don't want it that much. So Beard is saying he remembers that problem with Krita. But see, this is the latest version, so I don't think they fixed it. Like, if it's supposed to save your settings, it doesn't. And this is supposed to be like the bug fix. See, now when I did it, yeah, let me go back. Yeah, 6 points again. I think if I just go to, let me see, if I go to erase and then back to, yeah, even if I just use the same, like if I don't turn my pen upside down, it still does it, even if you switch from one to the next. In a way, I can kind of understand that, but it's not very efficient, you know, if you're an artist and you just want to keep going back and forth, you just want to flip your pen over and have it work. You know, I flip my pen over here, it goes back, you know, it doesn't change back to the pen, so I gotta click on the pen, and I gotta click on the size again, you know. So every time I go from eraser to that. So maybe if I hit E, is it E for erase? See, if I click E, right, so I select eraser that way, and I erase something, and then I click E again. It keeps the settings, so maybe that's what I need to do. But I want to have my eraser larger, so I still would need to go over here and change the settings. So yeah, it's kind of a hassle. Alright, so this is okay, I guess. Not 100% happy with it, but when I get to the sculpting phase, you know, I can always make it look even nicer, so. Alright. Let's see if it all kind of. See, this version of Krita that I used to make the king, it came out, my line work and everything looks a lot better than the newer versions. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my layers and I'm going to make a new layer under here. Make sure I have paintbrush selected. Actually, I'm going to use my, let's see here, use my, where's the king? Let me close this one. Close this one. And use the king to select my colors. Okay. Select orange. And we're going to start coloring this guy in. So if you guys have watched my previous videos, the way I just color it in is I make a layer that's behind. Let's see if you can see. So you click on this little plus sign to create layers, and I can delete it by clicking the little trash can. But I've got an empty layer that's underneath all the black lines, and so I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to use this layer to color in everything that needs to be colored in, so I don't have to worry about going over any of the you know, lines. I can just go right through it. No need to avoid anything. Just color it in from behind. We'll see if I can finish this guy up in another 30 minutes here. So last week, the flute player, when I did that, it ended up being exactly 1 hour. And this one, hopefully, will be the same. His little hands. Alright. Now for his hair, I'm thinking what color was a good color? Maybe I should try to think of the colors I'm going to use on him here. Oops. Should I go with green for Gumby, for the Gumby tribute? Let's see here what this looks like. This might be kind of cool. I don't know if Art Clokey would approve, but let's just see what this looks like. Oh, it's not too bad. And let's see. So Beard is saying shift and drag is a quick way to change brush size. Let's try. Oh, very cool. It's a good shortcut there. Check it out. Very nice. I think I will use that from now on. So now for his eyebrows. Do I want to go with green eyebrows? I just hope that it won't be too jarring of a color on screen. Brush. Where's my brush? Brush, please. What's going on here? Why isn't my brush working? I have brush selected, I have the proper brush selected, and yep, it's erasing. Yep, that's very strange. I had the proper brush selected here. As you can see, it's selected. And it's being used as an eraser. I gotta restart Krita. Save this first. Alright. Gonna be extra. Yeah. Crit is not working properly here. So Matthew's asking about using paper to design characters, and yeah, I actually do. These characters have been sketched out really rough, and it's been on paper, you know. But I'm not very good at drawing, so I tend to screw up all the time, and so it makes it pretty easy this way to, you know, just get in there and... Alright, now my brush works. Well, that's what you get for free, right? Doesn't always work. Okay, That's not so bad. That'll work. Go back to this paintbrush. Darker. Yeah. So what colors to use? That is the question. You can kind of go with like yellows. Yellow. Reds. It's a good color. White. I think I might color his face in before I do the rest. I don't know. Let me see. Trying to figure out what would be a nice color scheme for him with green hair, you know, without making it too weird. Let's do this. Let me go with the more yellowish green here, maybe. Oops. Better select the right layer before I go over everything here. And maybe brown. Thinking probably this color would be good. Something like right here. And white. This might be a good color scheme. Something along these lines. All right, and then for his shoes, maybe let's go with dark green here. Is that really the proper color? Let me see here. Did I select the right one? Oh, I gotta use my mouse, don't I? That's another bug in Critter they didn't fix. There we go. That's what I was after. Alright, so I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna go in here and, wait, was it this one? This one, okay. Use my eraser now. And get rid of my little side scribbles. I'm gonna zoom in and we're gonna shade this guy now. So I'm gonna select his face color and go with a lighter shade. So are any of you guys working on a film project at all? Any new film projects? I know some of you are, but yeah, it's gonna be fun sculpting these guys. You know, this part is not usually my favorite part, but I would prefer to, like, if I had a team of people, you know, hire somebody to do the character designs and stuff, and then, you know, I just like I like sculpting and doing those parts best. So Matthew says, yes, sure, I may be a little young, 12 years old young, but but I've got a good concept. Cool. That's awesome. Ideas are where it all begins. If you have a good idea, just a matter of trying to implement it. It's not always, you know, so easy. Like I'm kind of one of the reasons why I'm doing this every week on our live show is because it kind of gives me incentive to actually make this film. It's easy to kind of get caught up in your life, you know, and not have enough motivation to make a film. But I think by sharing it, it kind of helps me to, kind of helps me to get motivated, and I know I believe in the story, so that's really important. You gotta actually believe in your story. So Beard is saying he finished his 3D printer fan upgrade, so now he can continue to 3D print the parts for the camera slider. Cool. I'm upgrading mine right now. Actually, I'm printing out a Z-brace system for my Wanhao printer, because with the current printer that I have, the way it's set up, it's actually making really good prints, but I put a PEI sheet of plastic as my bed on there, and even with tape around it, need to make that smaller. I have tape holding it onto my plate, the aluminum plate that it sits on, and it's not enough to hold the PEI sheet on there. It kind of warps when it gets cooler and hotter, and my prints have bent a little bit, but only my big ones, like the ones that I'm doing now for the Z braces. So I had to get I ordered some 3M, what do you call it? It's like Scotch tape, double-sided, but on a big sheet to hold it down, and so I'm hoping that works. And let's see here. Randy says making. Let me go back here, I think. So Ron says, not a film of my own, I wish, but I am going to make a couple of puppets for other people's films. Cool. More secret puppets from Ron Cole. Never able to divulge his creations. And Randy says, making new hands for the ladies and waiting on a soundtrack. Yep, I saw your pictures. That's really, really cool so far. Let me see here. Might make this somewhat indented here when I sculpt this. And Thomas says, will be soon, but not sure what it will be yet. We run an annual screenwriting competition for local students where the prize is seeing your scripted product produced. Oh, your script produced. Cool. So he says, I'll be looking for something animation worthy once the entries are in. Cool. So you're using it as an excuse to get some stop motion in there. It's pretty neat. Let's see here. I don't think that's too dark. And Jason says, I'm still working on that one great story. I noticed that Alba has a feature film script and is now looking for $20 million. Yep. That's about what it costs for a really low budget film project. Man, I don't know about this here. Oop. Come on now. Yeah, I think Alba is gonna, I love Alba, but I think she's gonna run herself into the ground. She's got like, she's trying to get a feature film thing going on. Plus she has her current film that she's working on. Plus she has a music video that she's trying to get made for someone in Germany. She's hustling and hustling and hustling. She's working so hard, and I think it's, I understand she has a lot of drive, but I think she should stick to one thing at a time. It's like, finish what you got going on before you let's see. Oh. I just got a kid too, so and her daughter has like special needs and stuff, So I don't know how she does it. Well, I kind of can understand. I mean, I can't say that I'm sometimes I'm like that too, but logically it's better not to do too many things at once. But I'd be kind of hypocritical if I said that I was, I didn't do that. Alright, so anyway, I think this is pretty good. I don't know. What do you guys think of this so far? It's not my favorite character, but I think it'll work. Oops. Come on, critter. Don't fail me, critter. Okay. It's a little bit brighter. Jason says she does great stuff, so I'm sure she would make something amazing with all that money. She's great at getting help from friends. Yeah, she is, and that's the cool part. She has a really nice personality. I mean, she kind of like, her speaks from the heart, She's like really enthusiastic and passionate, and I think that's, people can't help but just, love that in her. Alright, so this guy's got some eyebrows going on here. And what else now? Let's see. It's not bad. All right. Back here. Slightly lighter shade. Yeah, 20 million bucks, you know, for a film. And that's not really, I mean, if you think about like a real feature film, and I don't mean like hers wouldn't be a real feature film, but 3 times that would be something like what Leica would have, you know. I think that, I think, let me see, go back to my eraser here. It's one of those critter bugs that you get these like stray lines all the time. Gotta go in and erase it. Yeah, I mean, just budgets nowadays are just like insanely huge. Oop, I think. Yeah, there we go. With the brush. Yeah, I mean, it's, I hope she gets that money, but man, that's a lot of money. And, you know, I think one of the things that Alba would love to do probably is to quit her job for the government and just be able to like do animation and make puppets, and I think she's a like a social butterfly, you know, so she likes to be out there in front of a camera all day. So, you know, I think that she's really perfect for making stop motion films, you know, because she can like drum up a lot of support with her social skills. You know, she has better social skills than most who are animators. Most animators don't really want to be in front of cameras and stuff. Ooh, come on now, Critter, what are you doing here? Oh. What do you mean it's not editable? Alright, I'm gonna save this and have to restart Critter again because it's doing strange things once again. Yep. Well, I mean, I don't know what the budget was for Rogue One. I mean, that was... let's see if I can edit, if I can do this. Yep, alright. Okay. Restart. Okay. But, yeah, the things that they can do now with computers. The Lego movies that they're making look like stop motion. You know, they make them look like they're real Lego figures and everything. or try their best. And I think the first Lego film, Robot Chicken, was it Robot Chicken or one of them? They made like the intro to that. Not Robot Chicken. What am I saying? Was it Stupid Buddy Studios that made the intro to the Lego movie? Or Shadow Machine? I forget, but let's do this. What am I doing here? That'll work. Kinda. Let's do this. Yeah, I don't have a budget for this film. My budget is my time. It's like, how much time do you have? 1 hour per week. How much money do you have? 0. But one of the bad parts about, if you get like $20 million, that's great, you think, but then you gotta make everybody happy that gave that money to you. What is Critter doing here, jumping around on me? There we go. You gotta make your investors happy, and a lot of pressure. And I think doing this, I probably would enjoy doing this more than, having people on my back all the time. And so, I don't know. It's like, I can totally screw this up, and that's okay. Doesn't matter. Let's go here. Erase this stuff that popped up for no reason. So I'm probably going to go over on my time today just a bit, because I want to finish shading this guy in, so... Let's see, this color or this color? Maybe this color. Okay. Oh, what is going on here? So now we got... I do have my paintbrush selected, and it's acting as an eraser again. Alright, restart Krita. So Thomas says, my wife keeps asking when I'm going to use the piles of old electronic junk I have piled up in the basement someday. You never know what random props will come in handy. That's true. Alright, Krita, if you keep crashing on me, I'm going to be very mad. I wonder if it has something to do with me using this Wacom tablet. Maybe it's just the Wacom tablet issue that has spilled over into everything else. So Jason says, I'm not sure about elsewhere, but with the increased access to computers and iPads in elementary schools, doing stop motion has become a very common activity. Yeah, it has. A lot of schools buy supplies from the online store that I have. Colleges and elementary schools and stuff. It's pretty neat. It's a really cool way to tell a story. That's, I think, why stop motion is. It's like hands-on. It's fun, and you can tell stories with it, and you can express yourself in any way you want, really. Like if you're a storyteller, and it's also a lot of teamwork involved, so I think that's another thing that teachers are really into, is you kind of learn like what it's like if you're gonna get a job someplace, and gotta work with others. So I think I like that. Maybe yellow. More muted yellowish color here. That'll work. No, maybe more like this. That's good. Yeah, teamwork is a major thing, if you don't work well with others, it's really hard to make a big feature production, or really like any kind of business that's out there. If you're wanting to make a big project and it requires more than one person, you got to have the right social skills for that. And I asked Mark Gustafson once on the internet, like, how do you, because he works at Leica, and I said, like, how do you manage so many people and all that kind of stuff? And he was just like, you just kind of like go with the flow or something like that. He was like, you don't really try to manage people, you just try to work with them, and there's no like forcing it or anything like that. And I guess when you're hiring somebody, that's, you got to have a skill in actually figuring out like what that person's personality is, and will it fit in with the rest of your team members, and or is that risk that they might be kind of disliked, is that okay because of their skill level? And I imagine they had to figure all that stuff out, and you just have to probably be good at reading people if you're a director and you got to hire a team. So that's kind of like a thing that, like I said with Alba, she's a social butterfly. She's really good at, being around people and building support for her projects. She's just really good at that. And so, like, that's one skill that I think, for her, really helped her a lot. Social skill. And so there's a lot of that with, working for other companies and studios. They all had to figure that stuff out, and Yeah, that's kind of like what makes some studios political. Is it's really hard to please everybody. Oops, let's make that brighter. What am I doing here? Let's go like this. Then I think this color here. I appreciate that shortcut key for resizing. Whoops, resizing my brush. Let's see, is that the same color? That's that color. Yep. Okay. Use that for his little foot detail there. And so then this. Alright, so let's see what he looks like here. Something about his face that I don't like. Let's see. So Randy says, "Hey Mark, I noticed you have a mile of subscribers now at 5,280. Of course, that's 10,560 feet." Well, cool. A milestone, yeah, a mile. Very good pun there, very good pun. Oh, what is this? I colored his eyes and his eyebrows in the wrong spots. – 1,440 frames per minute. So let's see now. I might just change his face a bit here. I don't know what it is. Why don't I like it? Why don't I like you, huh? Don't understand. Tell me why. Yeah, let's just do this. Say goodbye to his face, everybody. Maybe I'll give him like a unique lip or something here, like something like this. It's got like a point there. That'll be his signature lip thing, and I don't know. Gumvis? Are you sure about that, Ron? Yeah, I'm thinking of giving him just a giant forehead, you know, some really big forehead like this. Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm changing them, so it's too late now. Oops. Did I not select the right color here? There we go. It's too late. I have done the deed. Alright, so let's go back to the color. Yeah, we could call him Gumbus, I guess. But I think the eyebrows I had were pretty cool though, so I'm probably gonna put those back in there. I think I'll sketch them back in. Silly critter, silly critter. What is this? What is this group not editable thing? I mean, I didn't group it, to my knowledge. There's nothing grouped. Gotta restart it. Alright. Mega Mind with the toupee. Some flexible hair, yeah. Don't worry, Ron, I'm gonna give him back his eyebrows that he had. I think those were pretty cool. I'm gonna start coloring stuff back in here. I think just moving his face a little bit lower is a little bit more unique. Alright. Pretty much the same face, just lower, different expression. Brush, brush, brush. Yeah, I think bigger eyebrows. The bigger eyebrows were better. Bigger eyebrows. Let me get rid of this layer first so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, brush. All right. Yeah, I guess so, Ron, if I wanted to. I could probably just hit Control Z about 500 times as well. But, alright. Gonna go back to this. And why didn't it select the color there? There we go. And I'm gonna reshade all this as well. Oh, I don't know what I can do here. Let's do something else too. All right, let's give him his eyebrows back again. A Trump tan. He kind of does. But there's a reason for that. There is a reason for that. But I don't want to make my show too political. All right, now. So Ron says, earlier tonight I thought one of the reasons I like this show is because nobody ever mentions Trump. Well, there goes that theory. Kind of hard to avoid that conversation these days, I guess. Yeah, I don't really mention it too much on like Facebook anymore because I think people, I mean, he's on the news every day, so I think people probably can't avoid him no matter what. You turn on the TV, you turn on Facebook, it's Trump. Trump, 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 all day long. All right, so Ron Cole, what do you think now? You think that's, I'm going to shade it a little bit differently here. Let's go darker. Kind of get these darker parts in here like this. A little bit darker still. That looks pretty good, you know. I think that, you know, giving him a lip like that is also a little bit unique. And let's see here. Oops. All right. I guess that's pretty good. Trying to stay within my 1 hour time frame. That didn't really work. All right, so Gumvis as as Randy calls him. I think we're done with him for now. I could give him, like, you know, more features and more detail, but he's a secondary character and I don't want him to really pop out too much. I think his hair makes him, you know, kind of stand out enough already. I was thinking I could, like, do some cool colors in his hair or something, or you know, do some more detail on his clothing, like maybe some more lines and stitches and all that kind of stuff, but I want to keep him kind of simple. So all right, well, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have to take off as well. So so Ron says, I like him just fine now, but I'd prefer him the way he was before better. Grab an image from the recording of the show later and put it up for a vote next week. Which I might do. I can probably do that. But for now, I think we'll just keep him this way. Yeah, so thanks for everybody for stopping by. And so next week, I will probably be making the design for... there's a female character that lives with these characters in the same... same, I don't know what you want to call it, same village. So we've got this woman and one extra, and this woman also has a kid, and the kid is going to have kind of a big role. So I will probably spend more time on him and this woman than all these other characters, because the king is, of course, he's important, but yeah, these two other characters are kind of crucial to the story, so we'll see. But anyway, see you guys all next week. It will be 8 o'clock Central, GMT -6. Same time, same place. All right, see you guys all later.